Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. So we're breaking away from tradition slightly and we're having our speeches first. So ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you once again, please make as much noise as you can for your bride, Emily. Right up to the mouth, Emily.
Thank you. Does that work in? Yeah? Good afternoon, everyone, and hi, welcome to our special day. In a moment, I'm going to tell you how amazing my wife is. But I thought it'd be remiss of me to not say a few thank yous first. Thank you, first of all, to all of you for being here, especially those who have travelled hundreds, if not thousands, of miles to be here. For everybody that's offered help and for being excited for us, thank you. Thank you to Joe and to Jenny for being our maids of honour. For your input and support throughout, and especially for organising our hen do. Playing the traitors with everybody was a really fun experience, even if I did get murdered on my hen do by two of Rosie's closest friends. To my mother-in-law, Allison Lowe, OBE. Or to give her official title, Nana. The matriarch of the family, who the kids insist is the boss in our house, even when she's not there. She's the Queen of West Yorkshire and the busiest woman in the land, but she still gives her time so generously so that Rosie and I can spend some quality time together. I'm very honoured to be in the frankly magnificent bosom of your family. And I promise that I will look after them, love them, and feed them for as long as I possibly can. To my nephew, Harry, and my niece, Pearl, both here, thank you very much for your duties today. You both look wonderful. You officially have cousins now in May and Oscar. And I know you'll be the best of friends growing up. To May and Oscar. To May and Oscar, thank you for being so patient in waiting for today. We've been talking about this wedding for almost 2 years now, and I bet you thought it was never going to come. May, you look so beautiful. She does. And she's taken her role today very seriously, and she's done us proud. It's clear to see that she is following in the footsteps of the strong Henry women, and I'm confident that she will go on to do great things. You are bright and wonderfully adventurous, and you have the negotiation skills of a politician. Never be afraid to take up space in the world and use your gumption to show everyone your worth, and I'm so very proud of you. Oscar, my little love, wherever you are. You look very handsome. He's our dinosaur enthusiast who could say Parasaurolophus before he could say Emily. He keeps us on our toes. He's funny and mischievous, yet caring, loving and affectionate. He's our emotional support animal. He's extraordinarily clever and has an answer for everything. Always listening, yet seldom paying attention. I'm so incredibly lucky that I get to be part of your life, and I can't wait to see how you make your mark on the world. I suppose you could say this is my Oscar acceptance speech. May and Oscar, thank you for making space for me and your family. Ooh. When I met your mummy and we fell in love, I fell in love with you too. We're a family and a team, and I love you both very, very much. Okay, it's your turn. Rosie, my love, my wife, you look incredible today, and I've never been prouder to stand by your side and say that we belong together. Stop reading my speech. Sorry. I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason. Now, I don't know if I believe that's true. And I don't really believe in fate. But I do believe in luck and in impeccable timing. Like many modern love stories, ours started online. And exactly 1,000 days ago today, you WhatsApped me for the first time. Your love language is words of affirmation. And you'll often ask me why I love you. But the truth is there are so many reasons. You are kind and compassionate. You are always considerate and generous in so many ways. You want and strive for everything to be perfect for us all, and you work so hard to give us everything you can. You believe in me and encourage me to be the best that I can be, and you always support me when things get tough. You love words and you choose them carefully. You once wrote me a message telling me reasons why you love me, just to demonstrate the use of semicolons and Oxford commas. And if that's not love, I don't know what is. I love the words that you've written today for each of the tables. My personal favourites, Brighton, Glasgow and home, all for different reasons. You make me laugh every day. You sing and dance with gay abandon and can often be found shimmying and twerking whether there's music on or not. If anything I say is a lyric in a song, you're off. Very early on in our relationship, you sang the whole of Shine, Jesus, Shine to me in bed one night, just because. Tina Turner is your go-to for karaoke, and your Proud Mary is really something to behold. You are my dancing queen, my queen of the night. You are every woman, simply the best. You have a nickname for almost everyone, dozens for the kids alone. You have a wicked and risque sense of humour and enjoy being provocative. You bought us the most incredible family home where our boy and girl can both be queens every single day. You keep us safe and warm, and I never doubt how much you love us. So you shouldn't be surprised that I love you for all that you are. I couldn't help it. Rosie, you are my best friend, my voice of reason, my centre of gravity, the person I always turn to, and with whom I share my thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment. You are my happiest hello and my saddest goodbye. You are where all my journeys end. My love for you cannot be quantified or measured. It cannot be reduced to a 5-minute time slot, or explained through song or interpretive dance. It grows exponentially, day by day, and it's endless, infinite. I love you, and I love our life together, and I will forever bask in the warmth of this rosy glow. I'm so lucky to have the most incredible wife and the children I always wanted. Thank you for making my dreams come true. Family and friends, will you please make the most noise you possibly can for my wife, Rosie?
Ladies and gentlemen, can you please make as much noise as you can for your bride, Rosie?
Thank you. I'm not sure how I follow that, so but thankfully Emily has done a lot of the work in thanking everybody and just letting you all know that how much we appreciate having you here. It's been lovely looking around the room and seeing all the faces of people that are so important to us and that we absolutely love. People that we don't always get to see as much as we'd like, but who absolutely mean the world to us, and it's great that you're here and sharing this moment with us. So thank you to everybody who's come and everybody who's made today what it is. We really appreciate all of you. So thank you for that. I'd like to say a few words about Emily. Emily, you are amazing. I think going back a few years, I thought I'd kind of decided that I wasn't really bothered for being in a relationship. I was, very, strong, independent woman, very busy. Didn't really want anybody in my personal space. Bit of an issue when you've got kids, but anyway. And my lovely friend Ita said, "No, Rosie, there is somebody out there waiting for you. You should give it a go." And she sat me down and said, "Right, you need to make a profile. This is what you need to do. Put some makeup on, for God's sake. Like, come on, have a bit of effort." So me and Ita, we did a bit of work. I had a bit of a glow up, temporary glow up, and I set up a profile. And for a while, for the first few months, I was thinking, I'm not sure what I've got myself into here. There was a lot of admin to wade through. There was a lot of, weirdos. And I was getting to the point of thinking, this is not really worth it. I'm probably gonna sack this off. And then I had a like in on my page and started having a look, and Emily's face popped up. And I thought, oh wow, okay. She looks beautiful and friendly and open and warm. And I had a look at your profile, and you seemed really, really interesting because you had lots of hobbies, and you like the theatre, and you like to socialise. You've got a good group of friends, and I thought, oh yeah, let's speak to this person. So we sent a message, and very quickly we were messaging each other constantly, arranging to meet up. And we did have some barriers because Emily had initially messaged me thinking that I lived in Birstall, Leicester, but I actually lived in Birstall, Kirklees. So it was a fair distance, but we were determined because we'd been messaging each other, and we thought, no, we need to give this a go. And it wasn't easy. I had 2 small children, but we just knew that we had to give it a chance. And very quickly we realised it was the real deal, and I introduced May to Emily and Oscar, and they developed a really, really beautiful relationship, and we all fell in love. And I know May and Oscar are really, really happy to be having Emily as their bonus mum, and for her to be officially entering the Low Clan. Even though sometimes they don't act like it, they are very happy, full of joy. And they're really happy that Emily's now officially a Low, and the wider Low, Henry, Webb, Chapman, Thorpe clan is also very happy. The thing about our families is, on the face of it, we may look quite different. We may seem quite different, but actually, there's a lot that we have in common. We've got shared values, and we believe in being good people. We believe in the importance of family, and that's something that Emily really, really brings to the table because she brings us all together. So she will say, like, let's invite everybody over. Let's have everybody for dinner. Let's feed the family. And she knows that the way to our heart is through our stomachs. Absolutely. And we all adore Emily, and everybody loves Emily because what's not to love? Emily is kind and generous and loving and giving. But the thing about Emily is, it's very easy to look at the things that she does for others and the things that she gives, and how she makes, people feel about themselves, because she makes me feel really special and loved and adored, and that's something that is amazing. But she is also intrinsically beautiful. It's not just about what she does for others, it's about who she is within herself. She is beautiful. She is talented and creative. She has a love of life. She has a passion for everything. She lights up when we go to the theatre. She wants to live life to the full. She wants to do everything and anything she can in life. And regardless of all the wonderful things that she does for others, I think that's the thing that I really look at, and I just think, that's beautiful, and I want to be around that. So, I know that we're going to have many, many wonderful years together, and for the rest of our lives, and we're going to have some great experiences, and you're going to make sure that I get out of myself and that we do those things, and you're going to say, Rosie, switch your laptop off stuff, you know. You can do your timesheet on Monday morning, like, let's log off and, like, we can go do some fun stuff and we're going to have a really good life together, and I'm very, very excited about it. You know, and I'm not the most romantic, and I'm not the most, you know, I'm somebody who tends to look at things in quite an analytical way, and I weigh up the pros and cons, and I try to come to a reasoned analysis about the situation. But I do want to say without reservation that I absolutely adore you. I'm very, very happy that we're getting married, and I know we're going to have a wonderful life together, and we're going to stay together forever. So, can everybody just give it? My wife, Emily. Thank you, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you please to give a very warm welcome to John. Right up to the mouth, John, with the mic, all the way.
What do?
So you don't need to do anything.
Okay.
All the way up.
The right page in a minute. Okay, hi everybody. I'm John, proud father of Emily and Joanne, of course. Because of time restraints, I was told to keep the speech to 45 minutes. Sorry, 4 to 5 minutes. Most of you will have heard the expression, a chip off the old block. Well, Emily certainly is. She has inherited a love of theatre, especially musicals, and baking from her mum Joy, and her artistic talents and DIY skills from me. But not electrics. She don't touch electrics. So from baking to cooking a fantastic Sunday roast with amazing Yorkshire puddings, to fitting laminate floors, building IKEA furniture, she is a very talented young woman. Emily has always worked hard, giving 100%, whether it be at work, in her career or social life. Confidently chatting to celebrities like Emma Thompson, Greg Wise, Adrian Scarborough at the Nottingham Playhouse, to meeting up with Judi Dench's grandson when in London. I'm not sure who those are, but... We are absolutely delighted that she has now met someone who has the same outlook in life and who shares the love of theatre and travel and the same values. Now, a few words about Rosie, our new daughter-in-law. We first met Rosie very close to Christmas in 2023, I believe it was, when she came to Nottingham for a Sunday lunch with us at Fothergill's, a hotel cum restaurant. We were instantly drawn to her pleasant demeanour and knew she was right for Emily straight away. We had a long conversation with Rosie about her family and career, with Emily translating into English as Rosie spoke. You lost that. I thought that would make some... never mind. We were even more impressed when she told us she had been to Cambridge University, and we were suitably impressed. We were even more impressed when she told us she had an Oscar. And a May, of course. Thanks to Allison for your family making Emily and us very welcome and we are delighted to welcome Rosie into our family. I would like to wish Emily and Rosie every happiness for their future. May your travels and married life be wonderfully happy. Now, I would like to raise a toast to Emily and Rosie. So if you raise your glasses, and we'll have a toast to the brides. To the brides. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Can I ask you please to give a very warm welcome to Jenny? Right up to the mouth, Jenny.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just... Oh. Okay. Hi, everyone. Right. Hello. Rosie is more than just my cousin. We were born 50 days apart and grew up practically next door to each other. Their house was on the street behind ours in Chapeltown, and back in the carefree 90s when kids were allowed to just run around, we were out playing for hours on end. Those streets around our houses were Neverland, they were Laputa, they were Narnia, they were the city from Return to Oz and the woods in the Never-Ending Story. Our lives were all about imagination and grand schemes. Me, Rosie, Adam and Clary, we used to play a game inspired by The Flight of Dragons, where Adam and Rosie play rival wizards, and me and Clary had to sit in cardboard boxes full of packing material and be dragons. And then after they were kind of bored of just making us sit in the boxes, they used to make us fight to the death. We used to climb the tree at the end of their garden on Shawbrook Avenue and play Peter Pan. We'd climb really high and sit in all the branches, and then Adam, playing Peter always, would order us around on quests and shout curses at other kids as they walked past. There were other things we used to do, but I won't bore you with all of them because some of them are a bit rude. We were constantly imagining, creating. We had massive neighbourhood raids with other kids, and we'd all be kind of running around in packs doing whatever it is we thought we were doing, running up and down in ginnels. Or we'd be tunnelling through the maze of Uncle David's motorbikes, trying to find ways under the hedge into the neighbour's garden. Everything we did, all the games and the projects and the visits to the dodgy graveyard in Armley on Halloween, and all of those mad things, we did all of them with a whole heart and a kind of wild intensity, and that is how I would characterise our childhood. That's what we were. We were all or nothing, all the things, all the passion, all the drive, all the time. Everything was urgent and important and all-consuming. Those were the kinds of kids we were. Big plans, big feelings, big arguments, big imagination, big ambition. A casual observer these days might meet Rosie and think she's pretty normal. Right? Wait, bear with me. Extremely sensible job. The kind of job that no one can actually explain. You know, she's a transponster. Yeah. She's got a nice house, very nice house. Beautiful kids. A veneer of respectability. And on meeting our family in general, they might see Rosie as the quiet one. Because with Adam on one side and Ali on the other, and then the rest of us in the room as well, it might be easy to miss the truth. The truth is, there is a fire in Rosie. If some of the Henry Lowe, Webbs, whatever kind of clan we're going to call ourselves, if some of us are like fireworks, which are kind of pretty glorious and impressive, but go out quickly as we get tired and need to regroup, Rosie's more like the embers at the base of a furnace. She stays hot and glowing and enduring and keeps working and keeps moving. She moves more slowly than the rest of us, but more deliberately than any of us. And that's important. I actually think we don't talk enough about that. We all move too fast, maybe. She takes more time to consider. She thinks more deeply and probably more soundly than any of us. Rosie thinks in decades, not minutes, not months. Me and Rosie always talk about envisaging what is optimal in our lives. We're planners, we like to plan. But we always talk about what's optimal for us, for our lives, for our kids. And then moving on compromisingly towards that thing. So just like when we were kids, Rosie lives her life with an intense urgency and ambition for her life, her relationships, her beautiful children. And when I first met Emily, I just knew that she got it. She saw that. I knew she saw the fire in Rosie, and together they're building a stage upon which May and Oscar will be able to dance for the rest of their lives. And for the rest of us, their home and Emily's apple crumble have become like the central hub. They've become the place where we all come together across the threads of our complex lives. As a family, we are so grateful for that, for you both. So, Rosie, I adore you, and I cannot tell you how happy I am for you today. You've always been beautiful to me, but today you look particularly smoking. And Emily, you are a vision, a beautiful person inside and out, an artist, a warm and loving parent, fast becoming a very, very trusted friend. We all love you so much. Welcome to the family. Fantastic cook. Yes, my mother just added to the speech. Welcome to the family. You're now joining a very exclusive club of Henry Lowe's spouses. So Robert and Stefan are ready to be your support network. They've got over 2 decades between them of marriage experience with this mad family. And look, they've still got all their own hair. So it can't be that bad, right? Can I ask you all to be upstanding? Because let's do a proper toast. You have to stand up for a proper toast. I'd just like us to drink to our Rosie Pose and her Emily, Mrs. and Mrs. Lowe. Mr. Lowe.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you please to give a very supportive welcome to Allison.
Well, you'll all be really pleased to hear that I am ending the formal proceedings today, and after this you're going to get your scran. So that's the Yorkshire way, and I'm glad that I'm the route into that Yorkshire food that we're all waiting for. So thank you everyone for coming. I hope you will all agree that this has been an absolutely amazing day. All the planning, the preparation, the attention to detail, and let's be honest, the love that Emily and Rosie have poured into this have been evident from the minute you received that beautiful invitation that Emily, I say May because obviously they're all a unit now, that Emily hand-produced, she wrote everything, she brought it all together, and that's indicative of her artistry, her creativity, which is something we need in our family because, as Rosie said, she's very practical, very analytical, and so I think that Emily is the yin to her yang and brings that other side of Rosie that she so desperately needed but maybe didn't know that she needed. And we talked about all the wonderful things that Emily's great at. Obviously, she's a brilliant cook. You talk about the apple crumble. Have you had the baklava? The baklava is to die for, to die for. That's when I fell in love with her. And if you have not enjoyed a meal hand prepared by Emily, you are missing out big style. As well as obviously a brilliant culinary skills. Her dad's talked about her skills with IKEA flat packs. Another amazing skill that she's got. But you'll all see on the tables the artistry of the individual pictures she's done from the places that she and Rosie have been to throughout the course of their relationship. All the artwork is Emily's and the poetry is Rosie's. And I think that shows that they are the two halves of one whole. They were meant for each other. But for all the things that Emily's good at, thank God she's rubbish at geography. Because if she was any better, she would never have thought that Birstall was down the road. And they would never have got together because it would have been too far, it wouldn't have been right swipe, it would have been left. And this beautiful relationship would never have come about. So I'm so pleased that she didn't look further than the word Birstall. She didn't look at the postcode, and we're all here today celebrating this wonderful union. So obviously I'm Rosie's mum, so I'll talk a little bit about Rosie. She was born on the 9th of the 9th, 1818, and as always, if you know Rosie, you will know she was late. 9 days late. Get used to it, Emily. I think you've got used to it. 9 days late, and she came feet first. She wanted the world to know that she was in the building. And from that day, she has always been present and in the building. Every time Rosie makes her presence known, people take notice. Even at intake, where she won the head teacher's award for most gifted academic, which was a bit embarrassing as I was sacking the head teacher at the time. But still, as chair of governors, still, Rosie was the highest achieving child in that school, intake in Bramley, and then obviously went on to go to Cambridge with her lovely friend Daphne, who, thank you, has come all the way from Boston just for a few days. And the rest, as they say, is history. Rosie is very clever. She's always been, an honour for me as her mother to have as my daughter. She's always made me proud, and she's always been funny, warm, intelligent, but the love that she has shown all her life, not just to me, to her brother, to her cousins, her aunts, her uncles, and now to Emily, is who she is as a person. But how she is as a mother singles her out from the rest of us, because she is the most loving, compassionate, patient mother that I have ever seen. And how she could be such when she's had me as an example, I do not know. But she is the most wonderful mother, and it makes me love her even more. So today I want to pay tribute to my daughter Rosie. I don't tell her enough, but she has made me proud every day of her life. She is a wonderful daughter. She's loving, she's affectionate, she's kind, she's very generous. But also, she has been that to all the people in my family. And today would not be perfect, would not be whole if we didn't mention Nana, my mum, our mum, who would love to be here today, but she passed on in 2022. My sister Jane, we miss her. She should be here because she would be so delighted for Rosie and for Emily. She'd make a few crude jokes. She'd make everybody in the room laugh because that's who she was. But wow, today's the day we miss her most of all. So as we celebrate the love that Rosie and Emily have brought into this room, into this world, that will carry on for years and years and years to come, let's also remember everyone who has loved Rosie, those of us who are in this room today, and those of us who wish we could be. Thank you, everyone, and I give you Mrs. and Mrs. Lowe.